Hey guys, welcome back to Deer Season Preparation Part 4. So this is our hunting area that we've been following. This is where I set out the mineral block and the protein block. Minerals and protein are not something that deer really crave this time of the year. Now the mineral block was something like 97% salt. They do crave the salt. So I'm surprised they haven't hit that at all. The protein block is still not even dissolved yet. Nothing is hitting that. So I'm probably going to pick up what's left of that and toss it off to the side because it's already gone rancid. There are no fresh tracks anywhere in here where we have put our minerals or protein, which is odd. I'm really surprised. Now on this side over here where there was standing water, it's all dried up now. There are deer tracks in there, and some of these are fresh. So today I'm going to give the deer exactly what they want, because the benefits from the minerals and the protein visibly are done this time of the year. Their antlers are almost completely developed. The does are almost completely done lactating. So they're not going to get a whole lot more benefit before deer season actually begins from any type of mineral. So we got to put out deer cocaine. Now this stuff has been around for a while, and I've used it for about 10 years now. Just like it says, it's pawing on, deer licking good. It does have some mineral in it. It's mainly calcium. This stuff is pretty much ready to go. It is in liquid form. So all you got to do is pop open the top and dump it out where you want the deer to start pawing, gnawing, and deer licking. And we're going to pour it mainly over here where we set everything else at. They will still get some of the benefits from the mineral that has soaked down into the soil, and they should enjoy this a whole lot better, being kind of like deer candy, than the actual protein or the mineral block that we set out before. Also, we're going to put the memory card back in the trail camera and hope that we get a couple more pictures before deer season opens. We have about another month before bow season opens, so this will probably be the last time that we get real trail camera photos before the beginning of deer season. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ready, and then we'll dump it out here, get the trail camera ready, and see what happens. Stay tuned. Alright, like I said, this stuff is pretty easy to use. Give it a good shake. Off the top. You have your little freshness seal. And stuff, like I said, it's kind of like deer candy. As you see, it's kind of a brownish color in there. We're just going to dump this all out first. I'm going to take left of this protein block and chunk it. Like I said, it's gone rancid. We're going to dump this out. Alright, now that we've splashed this stuff all over us here, we'll set up the trail camera. Hopefully we've got enough battery left. Should have enough battery left on there. Alright. Let's pack everything up and head out. Okay, so we've got our deer cane out. We've got our trail camera out. So now we play the waiting game. So we got about a month before the season opens. We'll see what the trail camera has to say. So till then, guys, thumbs up. Alright guys, back out here at the hunting spot. We've had the trail camera out for just a little bit over a week now. So we're going to see what kind of pictures we got in that week. Remember, it's only daytime pictures. Our camera does not take nighttime pictures anymore. I can see we've got a few, not very many, but we got a few fresh tracks in here. So I'm going to say that we probably got some good pictures. And I'm going to take the memory card out of the trail camera and show you guys what we got. Stay tuned. Here's our trail camera here. We've already taken the other memory card out. Now we're going to put this memory card in. Alright. And it should be ready to go again. Okay, looking at our spot here, I do see one set of fresh tracks in here. It's right here. You see, this is where the hooves slid into the mud. And you've got this little ridge of mud in between where the two parts of the hooves are. And that's still really sharp. It hasn't eroded away yet. Not like that one. Okay. This way. You see how rounded out that is? That's an older track. It's probably 3 or 4 days old. This one here is probably done within the last 24 hours. So that's probably the other foot right there. And that one's another older one. So, given the size, I would say there's a couple large does coming in here, and I'm seeing some that are really small. And these are a little bit older. But right here, look at that. Look at those hoof prints. It's only about that big. It's a little tiny fawn. I don't see any real fresh tracks from the little fawn. But we got some in here. See, on this side, you got almost no fresh tracks at all. I mean, none within the last 4 or 5 days. But that little dark spot right there, that's where the protein block was. It's still trying to break down. Looks like they're all still coming to this area. So I'm going to bet that most of the deer cane that we put out has probably washed down in here. Since this is where they keep on going. You can see all the old tracks all around the edges. Alright guys, get the memory card out of the trail camera, so we'll take this back to the house, get the pictures installed on the computer, and I'll show you guys what we got. Stay tuned. Okay guys, I know it's getting dark, but I just wanted to show this to you. See that right there? That is called a maypop, and the deer eat those. You got these little 3-pronged leaves, and they grow on a vine, and they have a really neat looking purple flower. You start looking for these, you see they kind of hide really well. There's another one down in here. But you can eat those too. They're not the best things for you, and they have absolutely no flavor that I can tell. But I'll Let's see if I can show you one of the flowers here. If I can't, you'll just have to imagine a really intricate purple flower. There's part of one right there. That's not a really good example. Anyways, that's just one of the wild edibles out here that deer also like. You'll see those around late summer. Here's a flower. You see that one's kind of wilted, but it's actually called a passion flower. It's a Passiflora incarnata is the actual name. So if you do a search for that, you can find out all about them. You can make jelly out of these. I wouldn't recommend it because it probably just tastes like sugar, because you add in a lot of sugar whenever you make jelly. Anyways, it's a little bonus for the day. Alright guys, here's another maypop. You can see some more down in there. There's another one right here. Back this way we got a few more. Actually I have a couple of the flowers back here. I can push my way back in to show you. Right there. That's a pretty good example of the flower. I'm not sure how well the color is going to come out, but it is purple. Another one right over there. Alright. So, like I said, you can eat these, but you don't want to eat a whole bunch of them. Maybe just like one or two, especially if you're not used to them. Just like most wild foods, they'll make you sick if you eat too many. Anyways, something neat that I thought I'd show you tonight. Since we are in kind of a foraging mood, you know what kind of tree this is? I'll give you a clue. It has leaves that have one lobe, leaves that have 3 lobes, and some leaves don't have any lobes. This is a sassafras tree. So everybody knows about sassafras tea. Whether or not it actually has any real health benefit to you, nobody really knows. But it's an interesting plant to know. If you're into friction fire making, the wood, once it's sufficiently dried out, will work for that. And it smells kind of like root beer whenever you cut it. So it's not the worst wood you can use for carving. But there it is. The sassafras tree. Okay, this one's right up next to the house. So I'll show this one too. Everybody in the Deep South knows this one. Even though this one's pretty much dead, because we've been trying to cut it and kill it here since it's right up on the fence. This is pokeweed. It's got the little pokeberries on here. The red stems. You might have heard of poke salad. Well, that's what it's made from. Don't eat it when it looks like this. Good gosh, no, you'll die. You gotta get it when it's little, real little. If it wasn't getting dark, I might be able to find some examples. But basically, by the time it gets any of this red on it, it's no good to eat. Too many toxins in it. So, it's one of those interesting looking plants that you may run up on. Pokeweed. Alright. Maybe one more. See this crazy looking stuff right here? That is nutsedge. Sometimes called yellow nutsedge. Now you can always tell it's sedge grass because if you feel the stem, it's triangular. Now, as far as the uses that this has, some people say that you can use it as a substitute for coffee. I know turkeys like picking around in this stuff, but I've never used it. One thing about sedge grass is they're really hard to get rid of whenever they get started. So you can see them all through here. All this is going to get cut down because, well, There's my deer cleaning tripod, and I need to get down in there before deer season. Anyways, there you go. Yellow nutsedge. Alright guys, one last note about wild edibles. If you get into foraging, you'll find out pretty quick that everything is medicinal and everything is toxic. So be really careful if you're going to actually try to eat this stuff. But it is something good to know about, so I thought I'd just give you guys that little extra there. Maybe at some time in the future I'll do a whole video on foraging and wild stuff that you can actually eat. So anyways guys, till next time, thumbs up. Alright, let's take a look at these trail camera photos now. We start out with me. That was the day that I put the camera out. There's a little tiny spike buck and a doe. You can see that spike is on the right. There's a little bit better shot of them. You can see his antlers aren't very big yet, probably about 4 or 5 inches. There's a doe with twins. Usually they're larger this time of the year. There's a little close-up of that fawn. Now we end with the buck, the fawn, and the doe. Thanks for watching, guys.